Okay, here's the second video for the first unit of AP Music Theory. Talking about notation and meter, so rhythm and time signatures, essentially. When we have a tie, we're just connecting two adjacent notes of the same pitch into one note. So you can see there's two quarter notes that are tied together, that it's going to sound like a half note. Now, if you were to ask me, why don't you just draw it as a half note? There are spelling and rules of manuscript writing that you would probably not be writing it as a half note. If you had that kind of a line with two notes that were not the same pitch, but that were next together, it would be a slur. Okay, not a tie. Often, sometimes we have a dot on notes. Let me get my handy dandy little sketch pad out here. So when we have a dot, here's a nice old quarter note, and we put a dot next to it, the quarter note is worth one beat. The dot is going to be half of whatever it's next to. So half of one is a half. If we put a dot next to that, this dot is going to be worth half of the dot. So if the dot is worth a half, how much is this worth? A quarter. And so on and so forth. Okay? Dots can be tricky, but don't worry. Meter, meaning time signature. A fancy definition would be regular recurring pattern of strong and weak beats. But let's just talk about it versus simple versus compound, okay? If it's simple, on top of the time signature is a 2, a 3, or a 4. And I don't care what's on the bottom. You could have 2, 2, 3, 8, 4, 16. It's still simple time. And what's going to happen is that the beat gets divided in half. So if it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And so it might sound like this. Here's an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Check it out, guys. It's Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. Okay. So if we're talking about an alternative kind of time signature, we'd be talking about compound time, which means there's a 3, a 9, or a 12 on top. If I'm first of all, I'm not going to conduct in 6, 9, or 12. My arm would go flying into the cello section. So I'm going to divide all the beat into 3 parts, and consequently, what's on top will get divided by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. I'll conduct in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm in 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 beats. 12 divided by 3 would be in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who wants to count that high? But every beat will feel divided into 3s. For example, my example is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another great song, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. Okay. So beyond that, if I'm in simple time and I want to have triplets, I totally can. If I'm in compound time and I want to have duplets, meaning go 1 and 2, and I absolutely can. But you would have to mark it as such. If I have an asymmetrical meter, the pulse is not going to be divided equally, meaning it's going to be like 7/5, 13/8. You know, it's going to be kind of crazy. Okay. Last slide. Whoa. Okay, I'm not going to totally get it in here, am I? There we go. Okay, so syncopation. And there'll be a question about this on a quiz, and it would be great if you could just memorize this definition, which is skews the beat and creates rhythmic energy and drive. Essentially what you're doing is you're not playing on the beat. So this top example, dun, 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 dun. I don't even know if those are the right notes, but it's just on the beat. But the bottom one is dun, 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 dun. See how it's off the beat. The classic example is over on the right in 4/4. Bum, 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 bum. It's not on the beat. Very important. Okay, so some tempos, because there will be a tempo on the AP. There'll be a tempo question. The slow tempos. Grave, very, very slow. I always say if you're in the grave, you're not moving very fast. Largo, large, it's broad and very slow. Lento, slow. Like if you're going to eat lentil soup, I doubt you're going to do it very fast. Although I like lentil soup. Anyway, and adagio, also slow. Andante is a walking tempo. Moderato is a moderate tempo. Those are the medium speeds. Fast is allegro, fast, vivace, quick, lively, and presto, which is very fast. Retardando would be slowing down, and accelerando is getting faster. Okay, that concludes the second video for chapter 1.